Final 4-mark question of the end of unit assessment was said, explain why globalization results in cultural erosion in some parts of the world. 4 marks, which means you have to make 2 points. Both points have to be about cultural erosion. And in some parts, plural, of the world probably means you need to talk about more than one place. So, first paragraph, in our school, we learned about indigenous land in Canada with the First Nation people. So your point could be that globalization has led to the loss of land for indigenous First Nation people in Canada due to the exploitation of the tar sands and fossil fuel industry in Alberta. Explanation of why that has resulted in cultural erosion, you'd say, well, the demand for oil from tar sands has promoted extensive development on indigenous lands, disrupting traditional lifestyles. In Alberta, industrial projects cause habitat destruction and pollution, which undermines the connection between indigenous communities and their ancestral territories. This encroachment threatens cultural identity and erodes traditional knowledge tied to land, resulting in significant cultural erosion. A second one you could talk about is cultural practice in Papua New Guinea. So globalization has eroded cultural practice in Papua New Guinea as communities adapt to external influences. One of those is food and westernization of food and English as a language, for example. But it's also the way we live. So the introduction of Western values and economic opportunities leads to many local artisans to modify their traditional craft for tourist appeal, diluting the authenticity. Basically, they're making things that tourists want as opposed to things that they traditionally make. This shift prioritizes economic gain over cultural preservation, resulting in the loss of unique practices and knowledge and contributing to a homogenized cultural landscape, or the homogenization is the word I'm trying to pronounce, of the world's culture. Another great example you could have talked there is the use of language. So in places like Papua New Guinea, there are thousands of indigenous languages that are dying out because of the fact everyone is learning to speak English. And some places like France, for example, there's some specific quotas of how many French shows there have to be on TV, so it doesn't get drowned in the volume of English programs. So there you have